What is up, my peoples? It's been a minute. I'm a little banged up this morning. Dude, the water heater went out. So I'm waiting on the plumber to get here. We're rocking the skull cap because the hair is banged up and there are no hot showers to be had. All right. So, man, when we left off last time, which was like a minute ago, well aware, I've definitely not kept my end of the bargain that I promised you guys there's going to be a video a week, and still trying to get in the groove of how to make all that happen, but we're very committed. A big portion of that has a lot to do with the fact that the end of last year, on my birthday, I got a whopping case of that Delta variant Rona. Still can't smell anything, but we're trying to keep a good attitude. Had Rona, strep throat, and like the worst sinus infection I've ever had in my life. It took me like 3 weeks and 2 rounds of antibiotics to knock all that out. And I've been just limping along and finally getting caught back up on work with the day gig and starting to get re-engaged and get my goals in front of me. We'll be talking about goals in the next video, but I know that this channel, a lot of you guys are tuning into this channel for all the gear stuff, and it's about home recording, all that stuff. But really what I want to talk about a lot on this channel, and if you guys aren't interested in this, feel free to hit the comments below and let me know that you're not. But I think one of the things that nobody really talks about on their channels that do home recordings, it's all about the gear and the process of making music, and that's very important, and we're going to do a lot of that here, but there's not enough discussion about how you stay serious about 2 things in your life, right? Or at least how many things we all have to be serious about in our lives. But what I mean specifically is approaching your home recordings and the time you spend in your studio as a side gig, as another job that you're committed to, that you are consistent with, and you come in and do it day in, day out, or whatever the schedule is that you set for yourself, but also juggle that with whatever your day gig is, whatever your family situation is, and how you can fit it all in, right? And how you do that has a lot to do with the goals that you set and being real honest with where you get hung up on things, and having a plan in place and having workarounds to get the most out of your days and to get the most out of your art. So we're going to be talking about goal setting. We're going to be talking about being realistic with what it is that you want to get done. If you have a job that requires that you work 80 hours a week and you really want to put out a record that you record fully on your own this year, maybe you'll get it done, but it's going to require that you really take a hard look at all of the priorities and responsibilities that you have in your life and set a plan in place and really execute that plan. And that's what I'm learning. The more that I stay very organized and have a plan in place and set weekly basically meetings for myself to kind of analyze what I've got going on in my studio and how I get the most out of my time, that's what's going to make me a success, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what's going to make you a success as well. So we'll be talking a lot about that, but before we get to any of that, it's time to jump back in where we left off on the last video. We have installed the Sonarworks SoundID Reference software. And what this software does is it reverse engineers the whole process of getting a control room dialed in and having your mix experience be one where you're hearing what's actually coming out of the speakers, meaning that it's not colored by whatever the built-in EQ curve of your reference monitors are, right? The great thing about this is that there's 2 ways you can have it set it up. You can set it up where it's system-wide, where it affects all the audio that comes out of your computer. You probably aren't going to want to go that route because you may want to use your computer audio for something else and want to still get that great sound that you get out of your monitors. But you can also set it in what is recommended to set it up in your session as a plugin on your master fader. It's super easy to do, and you're going to save basically a preset of your monitors, and you can do it with however many sets of monitors or headphones that you want. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes, and I'm already really digging what I'm hearing out of my mixes, just the bump and transparency when I'm bouncing mixes down now. So I'm very excited. I'm about to jump into the deep end a little bit on a mix next week, and feeling a lot more confident having this software. If this seems like an answer to your problem, if you're somebody who has been spending a lot of time at your desk getting your songs to sound just so, and then you bounce a mix down and maybe it's MP3, MP4, you're listening to it on a Bluetooth device, or you're bouncing it to a CD and listening to it in the car, and it's making you cringe and embarrassed to let your friends listen to it, get this software. It's going to be linked below in the description. Just a heads up, it will be a paid link. I get a small little cut of whatever if you buy this software, and it goes towards supporting this channel so I can put cooler videos out. Cooler, I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to go with it. So I appreciate the support. I look forward to growing this channel with you guys. And without further ado, let's get into it. So this is the natural curve of my monitors. And then of course you can see, let's see if we'll... Listen to the way you can really tell the guitars stand out when they're flat. So this makes it a lot easier to kind of hear. Another thing that I really like about this software, you can do translation checks based on different cars, you know. In-ear headphones, Apple AirPods. Things sound amazing on smartphones, huh? But so that's just kind of showing you a little bit of what you can do with this software. So again, I'm using, as you can see, these are my Yamaha HS8s. You can do separate. I've got another one saved for my headphones, but really helpful. All right, guys, that concludes our video, and I realized it was a short one. Better short than never. 2022. So far, I got to give you 2 out of 5 stars. Not all that impressed. It's been a grind. But like Beyonce, or Beyonce, however you pronounce it, we are survivors. We're not going to give in. We're going to work harder. We're going to work smarter. I don't know the words to it, but you get the point. We're not giving in after some little rough start to 2022. I'm coming for you, 2022. In all seriousness, guys, if you're struggling to get your mixes where you want them and anything in this video resonated with you, give this Sonarworks SoundID Reference software a shot. It's been a game changer for me, and it can be a game changer for you. There's a link in the link in the description. That is a pay link. If you use that link to get this software, I'm going to get a little kickback off of it, and that helps support the channel and keeps me putting out these videos. So thank you in advance. And until next time, you guys keep being kind to each other and keep doubling down on your dreams.